My name is Mark Earlix, and I am a healer by the grace of God. This is all that I do in my life. And people contact me for all kinds of reasons, many, many reasons. Some for physical healing, others come because they're navigating life situations and or they want to develop the intuition, or they're exploring spirituality, and some are just seeking clarity, or even wanting help to understand patterns of their lives. And this is what I do. And what I have for the healing circle is uh, I'll work on one thing that a person wants me to work with, that they might be hurting in their body in some way or another, or they've been diagnosed with something, which is fine. Hey there, Ruth.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I'll do. If you have, say, both of your arms that are hurting, I'll work on one. And next week, come along and I'll work on the other one. And in the meantime, you can go like this. So, um, you know, uh, I don't want to spend too much time with one person. Sometimes there's questions about what I'm doing. If I should see something, I'll share it with you. Sometimes I do see things. I'm not a psychic by any means. Uh, I have been at moments a seer. My grandmother was a seer. She can look at anyone and tell their past, the current, and potential futures. My mother was, but she totally discouraged my grandmother from ever sharing anything with me. They didn't want me getting into this world. And so healing's been my forte. And forcibly sometimes I get to see things and I'll share it with you. And other than that, I have workshops monthly. There's one coming up in about 2 or 3 weeks. Uh, it's on soul and light, and it'll get very deep, esoterically, but simply. In the topic, there's a lot of conversation, there's exercises, a lot of interaction with that. And also, I have a 2 hour workshop as well on the final Thursday of the 4 day workshop. And it's on a similar topic. It's on the same topic, but it's broken down uh, to just 2 hours. But it's a lot of information and a lot of contemplative stuff on your part afterwards, if you choose to pursue that. The 4 day workshop is incredible. I've been doing it for 6 years now, and some of the same people are coming every single month for 6 years, which is pretty incredible. Uh, and so it tells me that it must be halfway good. And let's see, I see people by appointments. I'll be seeing people here in Patagonia uh, in about 2 weeks. I'll have the house here set up. And then in the interim, I'll be doing, uh, and as always, I'll be doing the FaceTime sessions, and I'll be doing the telephone sessions, and I'll be doing the Zoom sessions with people. And all that's listed on the website, markearlix.com. And let's see, I am going to Tucson to do a weekly healing circle there. There's a lot of Tucson people that are attracted to it. They've seen it on our space, and it's being promoted by a woman named Gayla, who is just incredible. Um, and let's see what else. I'm also um, doing an event here in Patagonia. I've been invited to do one. It's a speaking event for about an hour or two. And also, I'll be working with people like a show and tell. Other than that, I don't know what else to say. So, all right. Before we start, I always like to know if there's any questions or any comments people would like to make as far as what might have happened with them since I've been working with them last. Please, anyone would like to share anything? Any comments, please? Nini, anything? Cristina, anyone? Nini?
Uh, No, everything is okay.
Good.
Very good. Thank you.
All right, good. And let me see here. No one else
I
is
just
coming
I,
don't
yet.
know. Sorry. I
Go
don't
ahead.
know which part of the body would be the best to work on because there's two, and I want whichever one to be more the foundation for, because will you be able to kind of sense that? Or like if I ask you about it?
Um, whatever is presented to me, that's the only thing that I'll get most often. That's the only thing that I might say, yeah, let's work on that. If it pertains to another part of the body, sometimes I'll
Yeah.
see what the causal is for that, or I'll know to work on, say, a particular part of the body for whatever reason. I
Okay.
never know. It's only in the moment.
Yeah. I just have a feeling that one could do both. You know what I mean?
Possibly. Yeah. All right. All right. Cool. Yeah, I don't know how else to answer that question really. And
Okay.
so it's always in the moment and what's dominant that comes to me. So, all right,
Cool.
cool. All right, we'll see. Hi, TC.
Hi, you
Any,
said that you worked with huge groups and you were doing healing after healing. Do you
yeah,
get worn out and just totally wiped out, or do you get energized from doing that amount of healing?
great question. I know initially, I'll tell you a real short story. When I first went into my order, um, I got sent to Fort Worth to a order house there, and everyone in the order had to go out and work. Not everyone, most people. And so I had to go out and get a job. I got a job at Bonanza Restaurant of all things, and I was a bus boy, and there were about 15 or 20 people per shift. And someone was not feeling well, and I put my hands on them, and they felt better. And then another person came up to me the next day, and then several others. And every single time I did this, people said, "Yay, Mark's here." And they would bring someone to me that was not well. And I just was having a heyday with it. But every single day, I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker. And every single day, I was going home. And when I got there, the teacher uh, where I was, he'd look at me and say, "What the hell happened to you?" And I would tell him this great story and of this great healing. And he would say, "Here's a grapefruit juice." He gave me squeezed grapefruit for me. He gave me grapefruit juice, and I drink it, and he'd say, "Go to bed." And so I went to bed, usually without dinner. I was getting sicker and sicker this whole time. And that lasted for 3 months and it kept getting worse. And one day I decided I'm never going to do this. Again, I can't handle it. I'm going to die. And my whole body is weak. I didn't have any more strength to myself. My body inside was very sickly and I was getting thinner. And it was an amazing event for me that I realized that it was because of what I was doing. And so that day I decided I'm never going to do this again. And if this is what they call God, you can have it, God. And I just don't want it. And so I went to work. Every day he would say, go to work. He would make me go to work. And so I got to work. And as soon as I walked in, they said, "Yay, Earlix is here." All these people are cheering and everything. And it was like a circus to them. And it was really cool for them to see something happen with people. And so uh, I saw this woman that they were carrying, and she had this elderly lady. She had this massive, massive migraine, and I felt so bad for her. I said, "Sit her down." I didn't even think of what I just vowed of never doing this again. And you can have it, God, whatever you want it, whatever it is. And I just felt really bad for this woman. And so I said, "Sit her down, sit her down." And so they did, and everyone's cheering, and then everyone's really quiet when I put my hands on her head. And I remembered, oh my God, I'm going to get this migraine. I'd come home with sore throats, I'd strep throats, I'd come home with infections, I come home with black eyes that where no one hit me that other people had. I'd come home with illnesses just that were amazing. Uh, for one person to have something different every single day. So my hands are on her head, and I realized, oh my God, I'm going to get this migraine. I can't. So I said, what am I going to do? All these people are watching. And so I said, okay, God, with all my heart, I said, okay, God, you get this migraine. I don't want it. And I kept picturing God getting this massive migraine and going boom, boom like that. And I felt my indicators after about a half a minute or so less. And I realized then that I didn't have it. So I figured then that what I refer to as God, it got it. And so ever since then, uh, you know, ever since then, I worked with all these people, and I know it's not me. It's the old man or old woman upstairs that's getting it, or whatever you call your godliness or divinity or higher consciousness. It doesn't care what you call it. It's doing it. That's what I learned, and that's what I
Well,
teach.
I'm glad that you're not taking on other people's symptoms, but is that energy expending, tiring
Energy
on
is
your
just
body?
no, not at all. I know it's not me doing it, and so uh, energy is only an effect. There's an idea that's the causal, and that's what I try to live by in my life, that idea. We have an idea that means I deem, therefore it is. We're created in the image of God, the great book says. We're created in the image of God. If that's true, then we have the ability to recreate in that image. And if it's true that we're created in the image of God, and therefore we have the ability to recreate in the image, we are therefore co-creators. And it's almost like an and/or gate in electronics. It's on off. So it's a part of us normally. It's a consciousness that we can get to choose to live with if we can uh, want to understand it, if that makes sense. I hope that almost answers your question.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, good. Good, Ann. Good. All
What
right.
if, I have a question.
Please, Nannette.
What if it's not necessarily physical healing, but a concept that one has about oneself that's preventing action?
I originally, I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it at the very beginning. Some people or people come to me for all kinds of reasons, and some for the physical healing. Others come to me because they're navigating life's,
Okay, okay,
transitions or developing intuition or even exploring spirituality or seeking clarity or wanting help in understanding patterns of their lives. And these are the things that I'll work with. And we're off base in many of our understandings from childhood onward, even prior to childhood, while in the womb. Concepts and percepts are coming to us, even in the simple consciousness before we hit the ages of 3 to 5, when the complex comes in, complex consciousness. So we're dealing with all these things that we are here to deal with. My place is to help someone take a look at themselves, when I'm doing the counseling of the emotional or with their searchings. And that's what I do. Here I work with the physical healing on the healing circle. And in appointments, I'll work with everything or anything up to an hour. And so everything's available. I won't work with the emotional here necessarily. Uh, very, very rarely. Because I don't want to spew everyone's stuff, in front of everyone. Nor do I want to turn it into just one person. So I understand what you're asking, but I can help most often. And sometimes when I'm working with the person, the individual will have a specific uh, ideology about something, and it's very difficult for them to break out of that. They don't want to, even though they're looking to break out of it. Some people don't want to. I've worked with people that there was one fellow, I don't know if you remember this, Cristina, in the old days in Chicago, it was on a healing workshop. Marianne's sister, uh, uh, she was in a wheelchair.
Yes.
And were you at that workshop?
Oh, I'm sure I was.
And uh, uh, this woman, uh, she was paralyzed from the spine down, and it was a 2-day workshop, and everyone was waiting for me to work with her and see what was going to happen, and if she was going to walk again or whatever. And so, and I just held off to the right time. And then it was the second day, I think it was later morning or early afternoon after lunch, that everyone came back, and I called on her. I said, "Do you want to walk again?" And she said, "Yeah," like that. And so her sister Marianne just handed her a pencil to write notes with. And I said, uh, "Give me your hand." And no, I bent down and I worked with her knees and her spine a little bit. And I felt everything surge through. And I said, "Give me your hand." And she gave me her hand, and everyone's just still wide-eyed and jut-jawed. And I'm, "Give me your hand." And second time, and she gave me her hand, and I helped her to stand up, and she stood up. And then I saw in her head, she looked at her sister, knowing that her sister just handed her the pencil. She was being totally taken care of. She was on disability. And then she said no, and she went down, and because she would miss all that stuff. So people have these concepts as well. And it's not bad. It's just things that they're faced with from their soul, that the soul is presenting to them. If they want to, get over something or work something out that way, it's available. And if not this time, another time. But I also know that through my own experience and my own teachings, that after 7 or 8 times of the soul presenting things to you, in this time around or other times around, if you're an advocate of reincarnation or whatever, uh, if it doesn't work in those 7 or 8 times, it's going to be dispensed, obliterated from our experience, and we won't have to go through it anymore. So, we have these concepts that uh, we're brought up with that are misleading. They're detrimental to ourselves, which create the conflicts in us, which create many, not all, but many of the diseases that we develop later in life. Simply, some people are born with these diseases, and it's nothing that the child is going to go to hell or bad or anything like that. It's just something that soul needs to go through. I hope this almost answers some of the questions in these comments.
Can I ask
So
something
please,
about disability actually? Because I was helping people with disabilities recently. That's what I've been doing for a living.
sure.
And that's kind of been connected to some of the things that you've shared with me. And I just recently decided to take a break. Um, but I was thinking about going on disability myself. And I think I've just been hesitant because I feel like it's a commitment or something. Like, I don't know, should receive that help.
Everything is a commitment in our life. The commitment is to be conscious of ourselves. That's the
I
only
just don't want to give
commitment.
up on myself.
And it's not possible to give up on yourself because eventually you're going to have to face it anyway. What we're doing is delaying uh, our concepts of what life really is. It's uh, it's ingrained in us, that ancient calling to find ourselves. And no matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter. Every place is home. A lot of people will move around, I did this myself when I was younger. I moved around looking for a home. I never felt satisfied. Home is at home here inside. And it's learning the discernment of what we're geared towards at any given moment, or, or getting out of a situation, is an escape. Everything is up to us inside to know. The knowing is inside, and it can't be found anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
We're always at home. So every decision, everything, word or thought or activity coming out of us, it's it's coming from inside, from the lie or the truth. And it's taking a look at that and learning how to discern which is appropriate for you. Even if we come out of the truth, uh, and go back to the lie, we don't want to listen to our intuitive self, the inner teaching. That's what intuitive means, inner teaching. If we don't even want to listen to that, then it's going to be presented again to us in another type of scenario until we finally get it. We're always facing ourselves. We're always at home. It's up to us to escape, or, with the lie, or, to be of truth with ourselves. I hope that almost resonates.
Yeah, I'm trying with it.
Cool.
At the same time, I went on a job interview and then I performed
Okay,
really well. And
good.
I was writing the area where it says describe your pain, and then my body was in pain because I was talking about it. So
Sure.
we'll see. The right
Yeah.
thing will happen for me. That's the
Of
best way,
course.
even if I
It
explore
always
both
does.
of them. Yeah.
Yes, always does. There's no escaping that, and recognizing ourselves and living up to that, you know. All right, cool. Any other quick comments or questions, please? I can try to answer. Anything, please. Nannette, anything, hon? Any questions or comments?
No, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Nini, Cristina?
Oh gosh, just listening to all of this, it just unpacks so much for me, right? I've known Mark for over 26 years, I guess now.
Probably, God.
I know. And Mark has been an awesome mentor in so many ways in my life, so many things. I think, I ran into some old notes from one of the workshops. I think it was when I came to Arizona. So it was just
Oh, wow.
interesting to like reread, my own notes. It just kind of triggers, oh, this is what this was about. Um, I think what I want to share is that attending all your workshops, attending personal appointments over the years, there's just been such a change in a sense that there's been so many wonderful seeds that have been planted. And you teaching me how to connect with that divinity within myself. And I think, over the years, what I've realized is that, like you were saying earlier, we have the ability to change, we have the ability to create the reality that we want. It's us having to get out of the way and being,
Literally.
like you said, being truthful to ourselves. And the truth is really that voice inside that is always there, longing for us to hear it. And if we get out of the way and just be objective and observe, like you've taught me over the years, Mark, those answers are there. I think for me, what has stopped me over the years, like all of us, is we have a belief system and patterns and you know certain things that have happened in our lives that lead us to have a certain understanding of certain things, and it's really just understanding that all these things, like you said, are presented for us to learn from them, and that's really our soul mission, is just to learn and
Precisely.
discern between what is a truth and what is a belief system that no longer serves me.
Yeah.
And if I can be open just a little bit, it's really amazing how that opens up a whole nother perception, and it's really just me getting out of the way. So
Yeah.
as complex this is, it is very simple. And I think, knowing Mark for the last 26 years and being beaten over the head many, many times with information, it's, you don't realize like that there's just that one moment things click and you're like, oh, okay, that's what he was talking about. Um,
Yeah.
so it's just really been an amazing journey, and we don't have to stay in the chaos, and it's a reminder to myself. I
Correct.
still do it,
Yeah.
but even the
I'll
chaos
tell
has
you.
an intent,
Yeah, I'll tell you. Show me the perfect person, I'll follow them anywhere. And
Right.
that's just the way it is. But at the same time, if you perceive of a truth within yourself, it's important to listen to it. And what I'll try to do for any individual, whether it be an injury or something emotional or something spiritual, I'll be there. Or if you're just looking for something to understand, I'll be there, and I'll let that voice present it in simple language, to give you the guidance and direction. And that's what I'm for. Or for the healing itself, that's what I'm for. And the healing may happen immediately, or as it does with many people, or most people, or it may happen incrementally in your life as your body learns to adapt to it, or finding out what the change is needed, what the change is needed. And it's important for every individual to know that they're unique in their own way. They have different personalities. Everyone does. Everyone has different upbringing, different parental environments, different situations, different friends, different circumstances, experiences, etc. And there's no two people that are really alike. So everyone is unique, but everyone is also having a calling from within themselves, the very ancient, deep calling to get to know themselves, who they really are. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that, Christina. All right. Any other final question or comment before we start? Please. Anything? Okay. All right. Well, hey Ruth, how you doing?
Hi,
Anything in
Mark.
particular, my dear?
Yeah, you worked on my finger on my right hand, first finger, last
Yes.
week, and it got much better. And then I overused my hand today, and it's hurting. It's
Oh,
kind of swollen there. And then I've got a new at the base of the thumb. It's swollen and painful. So, can
that
you
was the right
sometime,
finger you said?
pardon me?
You said the right finger there? Which finger
Yeah,
was it?
first finger and the
Oh,
base
okay.
of the thumb. Yeah.
All righty. All right. The base of the thumb is bruised in there, in my
I know.
perception.
I can see it's black and blue inside. So,
Okay. Move your finger a little bit and tell me if you notice any difference, and be candid, please.
it hurts.
Okay. Hold it to where it hurts and just stick one finger out. That first finger. Does it hurt right there, hon?
That's better.
All right. Hold it there. Now, imagine that my finger is on top of or on the bottom of the pad of that finger, and I'm pushing up. What I want you to do is to push down real gently.
Huh?
All right, now let go. Excuse me, I'm going hoarse here. And bring your finger up again and push it a little further back. Is it as much or worse or same or better?
It doesn't hurt, so that's
Okay.
good.
All right, hold it there again. All right, now move your finger and tell me if it's worse or the same or better. And be candid.
I can feel it's kind of feels like it's stretching on the one side.
Is it as painful as it was?
No.
Okay, good. Let's see what transpires now.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. And reminder, please, to anyone and everyone, if you feel it within your heart, to go to my website, markearlix.com, and click on the gifting tab. If it's within your ability, please feel free. It doesn't matter how much or what, please. And that helps other people and in many ways. I won't get into it. So, all right. Nini, talk to me, my dear friend.
Mark.
Hi.
Just blessings for today.
You got it, hon.
Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
who is it? Your niece or your daughter?
Oh my, the one that I was requesting for
Yes,
prayer, my niece Monique.
Muddy. Okay,
Yeah, she's much better. Thank you, Mark.
excellent. And for you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, my dear. You got it.
Thank you.
All right. Nannette, any one thing in particular you'd like me to work with, please? Anything you can think of,
Yes,
please.
especially after hearing Cristina. I want to get out of my own way and hear my God voice more clearly.
I would love to, if you find it available, to have an appointment with you. And I would love to do that. But in the meantime, in the interim, what I'd like to, one second here, is to uh, have you focus on, remember when you were truly loved and when you felt something within yourself. Do you remember when you felt that, experienced that, when you felt a joy, a peace? Can you remember a specific time? Good. Remember that. Bring the members back. That's what remembering is, bringing the members back. Wonder about that, what it felt like. That will bring that divinity into more of an aliveness because there's an opening then. Does that make sense? Good. Because it deeply, deeply loves you. It has never stopped. We're the ones who separate from it for protection or identification purposes. We withdraw from that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the words make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Focus on wondering. Try to practice wondering purposefully. How much does that love me? And you'll feel it within your heart.
Okay.
Make sense?
Everything you say makes sense.
All right. Let me ask a blessing on you.
Thank you.
You got it, my dear. Thank you. Mark, hey, all right. Let's get on with this thing.
Hi. Um, I did want to say
Anything?
that it has
Sure.
made a difference in my life, and I keep doing this. So there's like a healing happening here.
Cool.
Um, and I feel like people do care about me more than I thought, and then I don't have to do everything. Um,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's just been a lot that's happened. Um, can I was put on Ritalin when I was little, and that was just how my life was supposed to be, I guess. And I ended up,
Oh, back in those days, everyone was.
yeah. Well, somebody from a dating app, tried to take my life, and I just wasn't able to receive support because of
I
the
won't, no,
way that was.
I don't want to go there with this in
Well,
the
no,
healing
I don't,
circle.
I'm not looking for you
Okay.
to heal that.
Okay.
I just wanted
Or
to
anything
tell you
emotional. Okay.
that it's helping.
All right, good. Good. That's all that's important. That it is helping. Very awesome. And this is only the beginning, though, you'll see. And it's just going to burn through you really, really quickly.
Well, there's already been a lot. I mean, all the work that I've done, now I'm able to walk. I had to do all that.
Cool. All right. That's
Um,
awesome.
well, so the right leg helped a lot to work with, and now it's been the left leg, and to me, that feels like the last week that's been the most consistent, and that has more to do with like the foundation of my body. Just being here in the group tonight, it feels more like my right arm, but I was choosing the left leg. That's what I said earlier this week. And I think that'll help my whole body.
Which one? The working on the arm or the left leg?
No, the leg.
Okay. All right, my friend. One second. My right. I'm dyslexic, as Ruth reminds me. Later, either tonight or tomorrow, you're going to experience like a pop where a joint is coming more in place, which is also going to give you a little more relief. Uh, uh, but it is healing. Let you know. It
Okay.
is healing.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Mark.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Mark. Not only because you have the same name, but all right. Cristina, talk to me, my friend.
Mark. um, just clarity. Need to get out of the way.
You got it. 1 second here.
That's fine. It's always a learning process.
Oh, all of us. It's unceasing.
Yes.
There'll be a simple uh, decision made off of a complex decisions that you were unable to make. Whatever that is, that's coming up very shortly. Uh, it'll be a simple decision that you're going to be making, and it's going to be a knowing from within you,
Okay.
and you're going to just step out on the damn thing, you know,
Okay.
whatever that is. Okay,
Makes total sense. I was talking to the angels and said, yep.
cool, cool, and
Thank you.
just go with it.
Okay.
Perfect. Excellent, excellent.
Thank you, Mark.
TC, anything in particular, my dear friend?
My heart.
You got it. You got it. Let's see what happens, transpires from that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And please, any other final questions or comments? Anything from anyone that I can try to answer? Please. Anything? Ruth, anything?
Earlier when you were talking, I found it very interesting that you said that it was just his soul's path to come back that way. I grew up with a brother who was severely disabled, and he was, he was not totally not functional in any capacity, and he lived for 37 years. And I eventually thought, okay, he's giving someone a job to take care of him and love him, because he was in an institution for since age 3 on or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone deserves respect.
Mhm.
Everyone. There's no one
Yeah.
who doesn't on this earth.
Yep.
Yeah. And for someone else to take on that responsibility is incredible.
Mhm.
You know, or whoever or how many there are.
Yeah. But thanks for mentioning that.
Sure. Sure. Please, anyone else or a final question or comment? Well, I hope this was good for y'all, and it was good for me. I learned stuff too. Yeah, please, Nannette.
Wasn't going to say anything, but I just closed my eyes and I felt this overwhelming sense of quiet and peace come over me. And it felt like a blanket of love. And it was, and it felt like it was over all of us.
It's an incredible experience, and the more you practice that, the deeper it gets and the greater it is presenting itself to you. And it's a form of communication as well.
Absolutely, it is.
And the communication is the communion.
Absolutely, it is.
All right, everyone. Thank you. I'll see you next week, hopefully. And please check out the website, the classes, and the events coming up. I'm not sure. I think all of them are listed or going to be soon. But markearlix.com. And if you feel within your heart, do the gifting tab. And thank you so much for being here. I'm totally, totally honored.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mark.
Mark.
Thank you,
Have a
Mark.
good evening.
Bye,
Blessings,
everyone.
Blessings
everyone.
to everyone.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Mark.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.